for a look at what's making news in regional Australia. I'm joined by Lucy Knight from Rural Press. Lucy, first of all, this week the National Farmers Federation is talking tough on red tape.
Yes, that's right, Caitlin. I think they're starting to declare a war on red tape. They'd like to see farmers properly recognised for the good environmental work they do for the benefit of all Australians. For years and years, this environmental work has been just expected, and an onerous amount of regulation has been applied to farmers, dictating the way they operate their farms. But there's been no recognition of just how much this regulation costs farmers and farm businesses. There's also been no proper recognition of the reduction in agricultural incomes because of regulation. So the National Farmers Federation is going to be up in Parliament, pounding on government doors, trying to get some real money on the table in the form of stewardship payments, properly rewarding farmers for the good environmental work that is now commonplace in agriculture.
And this week the jockeying begins over wool levies. How much support are farmers willing to give?
Yes, that's right. It's that time again when farmers are being asked to vote on a wool poll. It decides the percentage of their wool income that goes to research and marketing. It's currently set at 2%, and Australian Wool Innovation would like to see that level stay the same. However, there is some talk that because there's been no real progress made on mulesing and an alternative, despite the fact that there's a 2010 deadline in place to end mulesing, that there could be a farmer backlash, and farmers may vote for a zero wool levy, which would essentially mean the end of Australian Wool Innovation, the peak organisation which does research and marketing for the industry. I don't think that's going to happen. However, these sorts of threats could force some distancing, perhaps at AWI, where they start to soften that deadline on mulesing for 2010. They may look at ways of winding back that tough line so that they get that farmer support and they continue their business.
And finally, a new national lobby group for irrigators is now up and running?
Yes, the National Irrigators Council, another lobby group in agriculture, will start lobbying fairly heavily on irrigator concerns that are right across Australia, not just in the Murray-Darling Basin. There's a new boss, Danny O'Brien. He's just started having left the Rural Industries Research and Development Corporation. His first job will be a national tour to meet with irrigator groups and members and get a handle on some of the issues facing irrigators generally across Australia. He's also going to start talking pretty tough with Penny Wong, the Minister for Water, regarding the rollout of irrigation upgrades on farms. It's still happening at a very slow pace, and he thinks that should be a priority for the government.
Lucy Knight from Rural Press, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Caitlin.